I really appreciate how your movie visually recreates 1920. And first, most of all, I loved the cinematography by Alessandro Abate, and I would like to know, how did you work with him? Because some frame reminds me about some paintings. I would like to know if you have some paintings references when you work on the movie.
You know, him and I have done 2 films together. We did Napoli, Napoli, Napoli. He worked with us on the Patti Smith documentary. I love working with him. You know, we knew we weren't going to use lights. We knew we were going to just use, the natural light, the firelight. So we, use that as the basis. We're in a beautiful place, a place that hasn't changed that much. Tino Tommaso did the design, which is a big help. He understood. It's a beautiful place. It's an interesting, incredible place. The mountains in Gargano. So we were just. It was all in front of us.
And one of the aspects that really impressed me about your movie is how current it is, because your movie basically tells about the birth of fascism, and in the last few years we saw how extreme right increased all over Europe. And I would like to know why you choose to tell this story now.
I mean, it seemed like such an incredible moment in history. I mean, the end of World War I was really the beginning of World War II. I mean, the massacre of 13 people was the lead up to the murder of 75 million people. All taking place in this little town where it was very clear who was who. It was right after the revolution in St. Petersburg in Moscow in 1917. All this was real.
Mm-hmm.
Spanish flu, the end of the first industrial war. The country was new. The election was something brand new to Italy.
And almost nobody knows about the massacre of San Giovanni Rotondo.
Yeah, why?
I would like to know.
I'm asking, you're Italian. You tell me why.
I have no idea why we don't know about this story.
You weren't taught that in school?
No, nobody tells me about that in school. And I would like to know, how did you discover this story, and how did you work with your co-writer for
Maurizio.
historical, Maurizio Brocci, for historical accuracy?
Brocci and I, we've worked, we did Pasolini together, we've done a lot of things. We're very close. We knew we wanted to make a film about Padre Pio, we didn't know what. So we just shot a documentary. I mean, very simple. Just got in some cars, drove where he was born, drove to San Giovanni Rotondo, basically took his journey, went through his life. When we were told about this event, the historical, I'm sorry, I can't remember the guy's name. It was it's a book. I mean, it's written. You could research it and find it, and it just seemed like a remarkable event that took place at the same time he was having a stigmata.
I think that Shia LaBeouf is incredible in this role, and I would like to know, how did you work with him? Did you let him find the character by himself, or did you guide him during the shooting?
We found it together, I mean, he did a lot of. He lived the life of a Capuchin monk. When he decided he was going to do this film, he basically joined the monastery in California. And then when he came here, I mean, he landed at Fiumicino in the monk's outfit. That's the kind of guy he is, man. And we were searching. He researched like we researched. We shared the stuff that really was powerful for us, the stuff we couldn't relate to, we walked away from. It was the first time I worked with him, but I found it like I instinctively knew it was going to be good. When I first talked to him, I have that thing about choosing actors, or deciding on the people I want to work with. Sometimes you're wrong, but this time it was right on.
Padre Pio has always been a controversial figure, and I would like to know what did you think about him now that you shot this movie?
What do I think of him? What do you think of a guy that comes to the poorest, part of Italy and builds a $35 million hospital? Dedicates his life to the community, who never misses a day, who's constantly, questioning his own belief, questioning his own judgment, who delivers on a breath by breath, day by day. What do I think? I think there's no words for it.
In the movie, we heard some of his letters, and I would like to know how crucial they were for you during the writing process.
When you make a movie, it's about a guy, whether it's Pasolini, he's able to communicate in a deep, profound way. He's like Baudelaire. His writing is like Pasolini, actually. These are brilliant writers, and because they're brilliant communicators, the road to how to approach it is being given to you.
And at the beginning of the movie, we heard one of the socialists says that they can win not with violence, but with the consent of the people.
Right.
Do you believe in that, especially in a moment, in an historical moment?
It's the only way. This was they were teaching the left in Italy, and in Russia they just started firing, man. Havana, they just started shooting. Here, they believed in the election. They believed in democracy. This was the left, They were against the Trotsky, Lenin, gangbang, method, and they lost.
Brando Pacito's character says that elections are a game to win, and Italy is going to vote really soon.
Right.
Do you have an opinion of what is going to be?
My opinion, again, I'm a guest in this country, so my opinion, I'm so caught up in the politics of my country. And we're going to be voting soon there. So I got to keep my focus on, the culture and the language that I know. And so my political thing is that way.
My last question is about Asia Argento, because I think that your choice to cast her for this role is really interesting, and I would like to know why did you choose her to play this tall man that we saw in the movie?
Because with her, we've worked together. I love her, as a person, especially as an actress. Her ability to, she knows how we work, was difficult. We weren't working off a script there. We were working off his letter, which it all sounds well and good, but, you got to deliver it. She's got to get in front of the camera and start, taking a madman's vision, a couple of madmen vision, and make it real. Make it real for her in front of the camera. She's got the gift.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Ciao, ciao.